Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your own channel AC Astro. And today we are here to make this video because the subject today is very important because everybody wants that, my son or my daughter go abroad for studies. This is a global time. And everybody wants that when somebody asks where your children are studying, oh, they are in London, they are in Switzerland, they are in Canada. But the important thing is that is their birth chart allow them to go? So many cases when children go there, they don't complete studies, they do studies, but that is of no use. They want to go there. You give money to agents, but they never go, and money goes in vain. So that's why we are making this video. Education abroad. Is this possible? Is there in your birth chart? You have to keep it analysis, but before, please welcome Akashji from Mumbai. Akashji, namaskar, and
Namaskar,
thanks for
Rohitji.
this important video because
Yes,
I think people are, get stuck their money in the hands of agents and they don't know whether there is a combination of going abroad or not.
Rohitji, exactly. That is why we are making this video, and it is called "Does Your Chart Promise for an Education?" Very
Hmm.
important question that we need to ask ourselves before we even think about going abroad. So there are many combinations, but we will start slowly. I want to explain everything in detail so that it is clear to everyone that what and how this should be looked at. The most important thing in Vedic astrology, it is primarily analyzed through the second education is or anything related to knowledge is through second house, through fourth house, through fifth house, through ninth house to 12th house. Rohitji, 12th house, specifically ninth and 12th house, comes when there is higher education or education in foreign countries. That's why, to interpret education, it is very important to look at these houses in your horoscope. But not only these, fifth house in the birth chart is the basic foundation of your chart, which tells you about education. And it is the house of higher learning and intellect. It shows that what kind of brain do you have? Do you have the ability to study? Do you have the ability to, you know, it is not directly associated with foreign education, but it is associated with completion of education. Like, will you complete your education or will it be left in between or will there be any problem? That is what the fifth house actually tells us. Now, if there is a connection to the ninth house and the fifth house, then it points towards opportunities, study opportunities abroad. But now, if we move to the ninth house, Rohitji, it is called the house of higher learning and foreign travel. So higher learning again comes any higher education. Maybe during your primary education you are still in the home country, but depending on your dasha, antardasha, and the period where your ninth house or is there any transit in your ninth house of a planet, it tells you that is higher education or is long distance travel associated with education or no can be determined only by looking at the ninth house and the fifth house in combination. Now, let's talk about planets like Jupiter in the ninth house. No? Jupiter is the owner of the ninth house. It is very favorable. So now, if Jupiter is very significant in your chart and has any relations with 9 or 12, Jupiter is a very important planet for foreign travel because it in the Kala Purush Kundli it rules the ninth house as well as the 12th house. Right, Rohitji? So here the placement of Jupiter becomes very important. Okay, but it is not all. Now we come to the 12th house. It is again the house of foreign lands. It shows that there will be a dwelling in foreign country and will it be temporary or for a long period or permanent. It does not signify the education directly, but it connection with the ninth house and or relevant planets can indicate study in foreign country. Now, planets like Mercury, which rule communication and learning, placed in the 12th house, can also contribute to the possibility of study abroad because it says that in foreign country you will receive and be able to deliver your communications. Your communication skills will increase there. Your Mercury's see Jupiter, Mercury. These are the two planets of knowledge and wisdom. Very importantly, these two planets are the planets who control knowledge and wisdom. And whenever we are into education we receive knowledge and wisdom. So Rohitji, in in short, if I say that these three houses are the most important houses. Now, D1 chart, the Lagna chart is extremely important to determine, that what kind of um, how's the fifth house, how is it placed, how is the lord of the fifth house placed, what are the aspects on the fifth house, what planets are sitting in the fifth house, lots of layers that adds to foreign um, studies or studies in general. Now Rohitji, if we see Jupiter, number one planet. It is known for wisdom and higher knowledge because it is the ninth house, natural ninth house ruler, right, Rohitji? So here Jupiter's positive influence on the ninth house, fifth house, or planets associated with education can connect opportunities for studying abroad. First, we have to see Jupiter in your chart. Then comes the placement of these two grahas, that is Rahu and Ketu. Now, the most important part of Rahu and Ketu is that they are associated with unconventional paths. Okay, going out of the way for studies, going out of the way for knowledge, going maybe they also signify air travel. They also signify you to be traveling abroad. Now, if Rahu and Ketu are linked with the ninth house or its ruler, there could be a chance of pursuing education in foreign countries. But remember, 100% or everyone who can see D1 chart and see Rahu and Ketu, there will be some problem in education. If Rahu is in the fifth house or Ketu is in the fifth house, if Rahu is in the ninth house or Ketu is in the ninth house, such people will have problem in education, either breaks, either they will get educated in a specific what do you say, a specific line of education, for example engineering, but they will be doing something like being a nurse or being some kind of administrative job. So these planets give you a chance to go abroad and study, but because they are sitting in the houses and they are called papa graha, that means they are not the graha which are supposed to be benefits, always
Hmm.
benefits. Rahu in Kali is actually very benefic because it gives you material wealth, but that is benefic according to our thinking. But someone who gives more spiritual awakening to us is more benefic. So Ketu is actual real benefic. Rahu is malefic and malefic only. Now, Rohit, these are the two factors. After moving on, there are another two planets. One is Moon and Mercury. Rohit. So, Moon and Mercury placement can also influence decision making because what do we say? Moon is the mind, and where is your mind? Is your mind in your home country? Is your mind in your foreign country? How is Moon placed? And Mercury is called Buddhi, your your intelligence, and that is what these both planets let us take decision related to education. Their connection again with ninth or 12th house would indicate a willingness to study abroad. Willingness, Rohitji, not guaranteed. Willingness. Oh, if I get a chance, I will study abroad. Some people know I have to go abroad anyhow, but
Hmm.
your chart does not promise. Okay, Rohitji. Now, is there any specific chart that can determine education abroad? Very important question, Rohitji. Is there any chart? Have you heard about any chart where
No,
people
I
are talking?
never heard of this. I always analyze from D1, and I seen the 100% astrologers analyzing from D1.
D1 and D9, they analyze and they are very important charts. But there is another chart called the D24, Chatur Vimshamsha. I cannot
Hmm.
pronounce it. Chatur Chatur Vimshamsha chart. D24. It is the 24th division of every house. D24 chart is created by dividing each sign into 24 parts, resulting in 24 different sections or subcharts. The Chatur Vimshamsha chart is primarily used to analyze a person's intellectual abilities, educational pursuits, and potential for gaining specialized knowledge. You
Hmm.
will become a scientist or you will become a rag picker. What is your intelligence level? you will be able to fool other people or other people will be able to fool you, is determined by D24 chart. It can reveal information about person's learning style. Online learning will suit you?
Hmm.
No. Physical action. So Rohitji, I cannot learn without pen and paper. So whenever I
Hmm.
start to learn, I need a pen and paper and I need to scribble, write so many things. If I'm even listening to a video or reading a book, I will write 10,000 things from the book and scribble. Later in 1 hour, I also cannot read what is happening in my book. But this is how my style of work, learning is, right? Some people just read the book. My wife just reads the book and tell her after 50, 20 days, 50 days. She will say, oh, in that book, in that line, it is written that way. So everyone has a different kind of adaptive ability. Now, it also tells you about the area of expertise and the level of proficiency they can achieve in various subjects. Very important, Rohiji. This I have a case study in this video. You will go crazy by the case study. Now, interpreting the Chatur Vimshamsha chart involves looking at the position of planets in subcharts and analyzing their relationship with each other. Okay, Rohitji, it is not only chart. It can only give you a little bit indication, but D1 and D9 are the most important charts. Okay, Rohitji. Now, what we have to see in D24? Number one is planetary positions. Let's see the planetary position. Let's see the Lagna Lord. Where is it, Lagna Lord? That means where are you? Where are you supposed to get your education from? Okay. Second is your fifth house. What are the planets in the fifth house? That is what is your area of interest of education. But we will move forward on that. Second is ascendant in D24. Again, Rohit, ascendant, where is it? How is it placed? Is the ascendant gone and sitting in the third house? That means you will study somewhere nearby, short
Hmm.
distance study. If the ascendant lord is in the seventh house, maybe there is a chance of you to go to foreign country. Maybe,
Hmm.
but depends on some kind of scholarship or partnership. Otherwise, no. If the ascendant lord is in the eighth house, yes, there is a chance of you to do great research, but be in isolation. That means again there is a chance of foreign land. Right, Rohiji? In the ninth house, in the fifth house, everything depends on the ascendant lord. Wherever it will go and sit, if D24 ascendant goes and sits, the education is in that place. Now, signification of planets. Okay, Rohitji, yes, we have to see Jupiter, Mercury, another planets. If Jupiter is very well placed in the fifth house for such people, automatically I see their chat, Rohitji. 2 minutes, I said, are you a teacher? They said, yeah, yes, we have done PhD, we are teachers. Because Jupiter being in such kind of thing, they become so knowledgeable that they can even share that knowledge. So many factors, right, Rohit? If Mercury is there, they will be into any kind of communication or HR or any kind of role where there is a lot of communication involved, like journalists, actors, such kind of studies they do. Now, Ruchi, combination and aspects. The aspects and combination form between planets. So let's take D24 as a complete different chart. Let's think that D24 is the D1 and we are just looking at education from all the houses. That is how it has to be considered. Just like the main birth chart, specific combination of planets in D24 is there is Gaj Kesari Yog, is there is Buddha Aditya Yog, is there is Rahu, Guru Chandal Yog, what kind of planets are sitting where, that is what we have to see in D24. Now, Ruji, I also have a small case study here, which is the main thing we need to talk about today. So now this case study is 100% verified. I have verified it with extreme care. Now this is the case study. Now let's look at the birth chart. Ascendant Lord is sitting in the eighth house, Ruji, and let's
Hmm.
see the Lord of the fifth house. The Lord of the fifth house is sitting in the third house. So that means if we count from Bhavat Bhavan principle, the Lord of the fifth house is sitting in 11th from itself. Okay, Rohitji?
Hmm.
But is afflicted because it is sitting with Ketu and
Hmm.
Sun and Venus. So there are four planets at once in the third house making a sannyasa yoga. Right, Rohitji? Whenever the 10th house Lord goes and sits in the third house, so that means in personal interest, this person is a sannyasi. There is no desire, there is no greed of money and all that kind of stuff. Okay, Rohitji? That is very clear. Now, let's see the fifth house. The fifth house Lord is Mars, but it is occupied by Saturn. So Saturn becomes a significator of education for them. Okay,
Hmm.
Rohitji. Now another thing. Let's look at the ninth house now. Higher education. Who is sitting there? Rahu. What did I tell you, Rohit? Rahu, Ketu. If they are in these houses, such people will have break in educations, who will go to foreign country, but never ever work in the same profession what they study, same education what they study. They will be completely switching their career. Maybe they do that career for a very little while of time, but later on they switch the career and they become someone else altogether. Now here, Rohiji, see, Rahu is sitting in the ninth house, and the 12th house lord is Mercury. Okay, and in the fourth house, that means it also promises that the 12th house lord is in the fourth house. That means after education, they
Hmm.
will not settle in that country where they have done education. They will come back. They will come back after education to the home country. Rahu on the other part in Navamsha, also if in the ninth house for them, signifies foreign settlement later, but not in the place of education, somewhere else. That is a complete different thing. But this person went to foreign country, studied, came back to the home country, did struggle in terms of getting the job in the same scenario and XYZ, did a little bit of job and then resigned and completely changed the career. Now, when we see D24 and when we see the foreign connection, Rohitji, I told you the Lagnesh is the most important planet in D24. So, in the case study of 5th October 1987, we see D24 Lagna Lord is sitting 12th from itself. That means the person's education is in 100% foreign country.
Or-
Okay, because just see everything of D24 related to education and nothing else, Rohitji. Nothing else. Like think education. Think seventh house sun, there will be partnership in education with some government organization, with some government body. See Jupiter in the ninth house, yes, there will be higher education for this person. Yes, it is promised higher education. Now, another premises which we see is the fifth house of D24. Rohitji, Lagna, fifth house promises education in creative field. Why, Rohitji? Mercury is sitting in the own house, and whenever Venus and Mercury makes a yuti, I told you they're either actors, either writers, either singers, either dancers, either creative, some kind of creative
Great
organization
info.
organism they are. And this specific case study studied media and communication, journalism. How accurate that can be, Rohitji.
Right.
On the
Very
other basis, Rohitji, they have even studied being a teacher to become a teacher. So they
oh,
studied media and communication. Later, they said, no, it is not working out for me. I am not doing a job here. I will become a teacher. Why? Promise of Jupiter sitting in the ninth house, higher education in teaching. So she became a teacher later on. She studied teacher, never took a job in teaching, never ever. Studied, became a certified teacher and teacher of English language. So she became everything. She became the English language teacher, but no. Later on, also she did not pursue that. Now, what happened, Rohitji? The third thing which happened is ninth house lord is sitting ninth from itself in Bhavat
mm,
Bhavams. Venus is sitting ninth from itself. Again, says that yes, education can be in foreign country, right,
right.
Rohitji? And also the Rahu and Ketu, the planets which are air for air travel, are sitting in the 12th house with the Lagna Lord. That means, yes, foreign education is there, is there, is there. So, such people, this is how Rohiji will interpret the foreign connection of a birth chart according to the placement of planet in D24. If there is no planet in the 12th house in D24, if there is, so we have to see the aspects. We have to go, from higher level Higher level, we have to come down and down and down and down and down. This is how we will be able to interpret. First, we see the placement, then we see no, there is no placement. Let's see the aspect. There is no aspect. Let's see the Lord. Is the Lord afflicted, not afflicted? So, here, Mercury is everything for this specific subject. Mercury is the planet which will give them and keep them into the role of communication all their life. And Mercury combined with the 10th house Lord here, that is Mars, will get them into multiple career changes, multiple career changes. Mars is an impulsive planet. They will do
Hmm.
multiple. They will. Now, this subject has also done air hostess course. She wanted to always be a air hostess. This subject has also done teaching. This subject had also done BSc IT. IT also. This subject has also done things related to. This subject has also done things related to what we say education, teaching. So many things, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. This is how this subject actually finally right now from last 2 years is into the subject of communication and will always be into the subject of communication. So Rohit, this is how we interpret a chart that is related to what we say education.
Very important, I think, because lots of people only go into the D1 and D9 and they made the predictions. And I don't say the prediction from that is wrong, but the precise prediction is from D24, which we come to know today. So it's very important that if you are sending your child to abroad, because this is a season like this, everybody is going for to agents, they are searching online for MBBS, for engineering. Just wait, get the chart analyzed, that your chart, the student's chart is promising or not. He is going abroad, just check it before you spend money. So it's very important, and because this is a topic related to education, so those who want to get education of want education of astrology, for them Akashji is going to start a course for astrology beginners course, and this is from the next month. Already two batch completed, third batch is going on. One who want to enroll, they can just send the details on the mail ID or on the WhatsApp number. You will get a form, fill the form, and you will be enrolled. And the good thing is that you will get a free consultation with Akash. So very good thing. I think if you are thinking that, oh, I want to get my chart analysis from Akashji, so this is a good thing that you become his student or her student, his student, and then you can get a chart analysis from Akashji free with this course. Thank you very much, Akashji. And for personal consultations, yes, lots of people ask me in comments today. Even I was answering that for personal consultation, we always display the WhatsApp number and mail ID. Anytime you can just send details, team will contact you, and you will have a video consultation with Akashji.
Rohitji, one more thing I want to add. So now this is the video for foreign education. That is, does your chart promise foreign education or no? There is
No, no.
another layer to it. That is astrocartography. That if in foreign, where, in what country should they go and study? And in
Oh,
what, yeah, that will be very important because it also gives you a clear idea of whether in that country they will settle for good. Will their education be peaceful? Will their education in foreign country will be continuing or not? So it is an astrocartography addition
this
to
is
it.
a separate video because this is a very big thing that your chart is promising you to go. But now that place is London, Canada, Switzerland, Germany, lots of places. Maybe you have some bad line or black line on some place and you go there for less fees, or my relatives are there, and that will not work. So astrocartography is big thing. I think this is a separate video we can make for this.
Zero.
Thank you,
Okay,
Akash, very
thank you,
much.
thank you.
Thank you very much for this topic and the knowledge you've given us, and the way you show to all people that how you need to live life and how you have to, consult, and how you need to connect astrology in day-to-day life. Thank you very much. We'll meet you in some another video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Mata, Om Namah Shivaya.